Okay, so of course they all stared at me. The ladies are in shock, all of them. And the guy was in front of me, just frozen. He just stared at me, frozen. He wouldn't move. So I got it. I figure I said something wrong. I must have said something wrong because everybody's staring at me, and it just the coldness. You feel like, oh my god. So I just turned around and left. I go home. My mother says, "You're back so soon. What happened?" I said, "Ma, I don't know what I said. I wouldn't curse anymore." My mother, because every time I curse, she slapped me. So now you know why I curse so much. Now that I'm free, I curse all the time. Because if I say any curse, my mother slapped me. Okay. So I said, "Ma, I don't know what happened, but everybody was staring at me. I think I said something wrong." And she said, "What did you say?" I said, "Well, I said what you told me to say, to get a blowjob." She goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "Not a blowjob." She said, "A blow dry." And I was, to me, okay, let me put it this way. Okay, let me finish. So she goes, "Not a blow job, a blow dry." And I was like, oh my God, what is different? Who cares? What, did I call him a bastard again? She goes, "No, worse." She said, well, she explained to me in a nice way as a mother. She said, basically, is what, okay, some women do that to men. And I was thinking, what they do to men? Take the money? She goes, "No, worse than that." And I said, women do worse things to men. Okay, what can they possibly do worse? They take the money, they cheat on them. She goes, "No, worse than that." And she kept me with a freaking questionnaire, false, true, false, true, false, true kind of shit, okay? She was like, "No, failed, ding, failed, ding." So, okay. I know why she said that because, or why she was doing that, because she was, embarrassed to tell the daughter about those things. So I was like, okay, worse than cheating, worse than taking money. I know, they beat him up. She goes, "No worse." So I said, "Ma, could you just tell me because we're going to be here all day." Okay? So she said, okay. Some women are disgusting, okay? And I think they call prostitutes. And what they do is they take the man's penis and they put it in their mouth, okay? And I go, "Oh my God, that's disgusting." She goes, "I know. And that's why everybody look at you like you were shocked." She goes, "Oh my God." And that guy, I was so embarrassed. I said, "Oh my God." And I told the guy that I wanted a blowjob. "Oh my God, that's disgusting. I feel so bad for the guy." She goes, "I know. I know. That's why the guy was frozen." Okay. And I said, "My God, I can never go. I don't know. We're gonna have to move out of here because I've been calling people bastard, blowjobs, everything. So we're gonna have to find another apartment, another place where they don't know us." And my mother said, "We have to. We have to because every single fucking time I send you out, you curse people." Okay? So I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And she said, "And it's even worse than that. You didn't say you were going to give him one, you say you want one. So that means that you have a penis." I go, oh my God, even worse. Oh my God. Now I have a penis in the neighborhood. They're going to think like, oh God. And those little neighborhoods, Astoria. This was in Astoria, so they're little, everybody knows each other. That's why they had the little supermarket. And the little not temple, but they have like a shrine, They have, you go to Queen, they have a little shrine, people go pray, they don't go pray, they gotta talk about each other. They go there and they tell each other, "Do you know that new girl that moved in the neighborhood? The little girl, well, she's not a little girl, she has a penis." And everybody's like, "How do you know that?" Well, believe me, not only she has a penis, she's crazy. She came and asked Joe that she needed a blowjob, and we're all there watching and we almost die. And so be careful with that girl, okay? I think okay, she's a foreigner, okay? It's not that she's stupid, she's just a foreigner. Well, she's stupid, she's a stupid foreigner. But she has a penis, so don't let them think that she's a girl. Don't let them near your daughters, okay? She has a penis. So, anyway, I was thinking, like, oh my God, we have to move now. So we started looking for an apartment to move, okay? So we gotta, oh no, I'm sorry, that wasn't a story, that was Woodside. Oh my God, what the hell am I talking about? So my mother goes, "Okay, we have to move." So I decided, okay, let's go. We have to move. So we decided to move. And that's when we moved to Astoria. Okay? So when I moved to Astoria, it was horrible. Um, the only apartment we can find, it was a little apartment underneath the train. Yes, I would be the first time we move in. Okay, you can see the. I don't know if you're from New York, but in New York you have underground subway that smells like shit, and then you have the subway that goes on top. I forgot what they call them. You know, the upper level. I think they call. I don't know what the hell they call them, but basically, it goes in the outside. Okay, when it gets to Queens. I don't know now, but back in the days, the train goes underground when it goes to Manhattan, and then when it goes to Queens or Brooklyn, goes in the outside. Well, it goes in the inside too, but not as much in Queens like in Brooklyn and Manhattan. So this train was right on top of my apartment, and we're stupid, okay? We didn't think anything of it. We just went for the apartment. Like now, it's different. When I went to buy a house, I looked, I interviewed the neighbors. I mean, I was spying on everything just before I bought the house, make sure they have no weirdos living in there. Anyway, fine. We move in. We have 3 cats, right? Fine. On all sides, we're sitting in there. After we move in, we didn't have that much. We had like a little cardboard box. That's it. And maybe 2 cardboard boxes. Okay, that's all we had. I don't think we had suitcases either. And we opening the cardboard bags, trying to get our shit out. When all of a sudden we hear earthquake, California. I mean not California, an earthquake. Okay, now this back in the 70s. I'm talking about the 70s. I never had an earthquake in my life. I was like, oh my god, we're gonna die. Finally, witness of an earthquake, horrible earthquake. My mother's like, what the fuck? And then the cat ran like hell. Okay, I never see cats so scared in my life. They were, okay, let me put it this way. They climb up the walls and the ceiling. They were holding on to the chandeliers. Okay, and I was like, we're gonna die. And it was like da 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 da, and everything shook. And oh my god, I was so scared holding on to my mother, and my mother was like, relax. And I was like, oh my god, what do you mean relax? And it finally went away. And I was, oh my god, we made it. She said, relax. And I was like, ma, we almost died. Didn't you see the cats? Oh, is it my imagination? I know that I didn't imagine it because the cat that she depends too. She said, I know. She said, but that's the train. I go, the train? And she goes, yeah, the subway. Every few minutes you're going to go by. So get ready. And, you know, just get used to it because every few minutes you're going to hear blah, 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 blah. And the whole house is going to shake, the apartment. Sure enough, not even finished talking to her a few minutes later, the whole house shook again, the apartment. It was shaking, everything falling, the cats ran like hell, they hid behind the stove. And that went on for the whole fucking entire day. But, you know, after the day or two, you forget. It's so weird because, you know, I used to sometimes, after a month, I was thinking like, you know, what happened? The train didn't go by. My mother used to say, yeah, it went by. I said, oh my God, I didn't hear it. So that's dangerous because when you don't hear shit, that means is your brain is collecting all that information, okay? Anyway, but this is not about, you know, anything. I don't want to, you know, scare you about the subway. So, anyway, that's the best thing about Astoria. You know, it was in Astoria, Queens. But otherwise, you know, it was okay. I mean, it smelled like shit too. It was dirty. I really didn't like Astoria too much, but it was okay. Okay. Another thing is roaches. I couldn't eat. We had a little kitchen. We couldn't use it. The roaches were everywhere. Okay. And I used to have nightmares about roaches. I would always, every night, I would have a nightmare that all the roaches invaded the apartment, billions and billions of them, and they ate me. Okay, so I would be so scared, and then on top of that, I never knew that roaches bite. So I was so fucking scared. One morning, actually in the middle of the night, something bit me really hard. I got up, and there was a freaking humongous roach right up my ass. It bit my ass, one of my cheeks, and I was like, oh my god! I got up, ran, put the light on, and shook everything. And then after that, I have to every night sleep with the light on. I was so fucking scared. I used to spray my whole bed with shit, and finally, we couldn't take it because we couldn't eat there. We couldn't do anything in the house. I mean, it was embarrassing. So we finally left. Okay, so no, I would give him a 0. no stars. It was like 0 stars. It was horrible. But that's not to say Astoria is bad. I mean, I'm just the apartment that I live in. And then after that, okay, comes the best part.